Ooh, it's so cold in my house. Oh my god, my little sister's gonna play music in the shower and we're gonna be able to hear that shit. Ow! Hey guys, so I am in a really great mood right now, so we're gonna be talking about boys today. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. My name is McKenzie. I post videos every Tuesdays and Fridays, even though today is not a Tuesday or a Friday, but I filmed this video twice now, and I was gonna have it up for you on Tuesday, but I hated how it turned out, so we're refilming it. I asked you guys to ask me questions about boys since it's a great topic to talk about, especially if you're a teenage girl. That's what we're gonna be talking about today. You guys tweeted me, you guys sent me Instagram DMs. If you're not already following my Instagram and Twitter, what are you doing? We're gonna go through tweets first. First question, I guess we're gonna start off with a banger. Best way to cut a boy out of your life. Okay, I think it all depends on why you want to cut them out of your life. If he hurt you, then I understand cutting them out of your life. And sometimes you need to cut them out of your life just to get over them. My best tips to cutting someone out of your life: unadd them on every social media because it's so tempting to see what they're up to, or just go to their profile and see what they're up to. Cut them out of your social media life. I would say delete their number and like not tempted to text them and be like, I miss you, or like those drunk texts where you're like, let's hang out or let's hook up or whatever. What boy advice do you have for a girl going into their first year of high school? Someone also asked if boys get better in high school. No, they don't. Actually, they get worse because they're so dirty and gross. Boys are very, what's the word? Sexual in high school. It's almost like worse because they only really want certain things, unless you get a good guy, because that is good. Be picky with boys in high school. You gotta know your worth, because why settle for someone just to have a boyfriend when you don't actually like them? Like for me, sometimes in high school I used to settle for a boy even though I didn't like them, or like I wasn't that into them, and like that's rude on my part, but I just thought like, oh, it's a boy, it's a boyfriend, like I'll be like cool once I have a boyfriend. Yeah, be picky. How to get over a guy. So this one was asked a lot. My biggest tip is to stay busy. That is my #1 tip. I don't think I could ever give any more advice other than that about this, because I know when I went through my first breakup, I was so sad and so distraught, and my mom was like, okay, Mackenzie, like, we're gonna get you busy, we're gonna keep you busy, we're gonna get you out of the house, we're gonna get you to be doing this and this and this and this. I was always with friends, I was doing fun things that I wanted to do, I was with family all the time. If you just stay busy, you'll forget to be sad about them, and then when you do think about them, it'll be like, oh, that doesn't hurt as much as it did like a week ago because you forgot to think about them. Or I mean, it is gonna take time. Time is the best medicine for getting over a guy, because you need to be sad about it for a second. Once you're done being sad, you need to move on, find a life without them, especially if they've been a boyfriend for a long time. Don't look at pictures. Oh my god, that is one of the worst things like I could have, or like anyone could ever do during a breakup, is reminisce and go through pictures or text messages, because that hurts you so much more, and chances it will like bring you back. Like you might have made progress moving on from them, but if you look through those texts and look through those pictures, it's gonna bring you right back to square one. Keep looking forward, don't look back. You will be okay, and there are plenty of fish in the sea. How can you tell when a boy likes you? Oh, okay. I don't know. I honestly truly don't know. I think it depends on the kind of boy, because if they're very emotional and they're like very open with their feelings, then I think it'd be easier to tell. If they're very private and like standoffish, I think that would make it more difficult, obviously. If you guys are like talking, then you could be like, so like, where do you see this going? What are your feelings towards me? Or like, I don't know, just try to talk to him about it, because you're not gonna know unless you talk to him about it, because it's really hard to tell with body language sometimes with boys, because they're so like against showing feelings sometimes. Someone asked, do I like someone right now? No, actually. Yeah, no. I think as you get older, you realize that I'm great. Like, I love being alone. I love being in my own area. Obviously I hang out with friends and stuff like that, but I'm great alone. Like, I'm a cool person, and I know I'm a cool person, and I make myself laugh, I treat myself, I buy myself lunch, buy myself dinner, buy myself breakfast, I drive myself places, hype myself up. You don't need a boy all the time, and like, although they're great and fun and dandy, sometimes you just need to be by yourself. Do you think it's worth getting into a relationship with someone who's going to leave for college? Okay, so this was a big problem, or like big issue, I remember senior year, because I feel like everyone was like, can't be any relationships because college, I can't do this because of college, like college is coming up, like I can't talk to another boy, like nope, can't get my feelings hurt again because you're leaving for college, you're moving out of state, you're gonna be on your own, whatever. I know people that are still together that went to my high school and went different colleges and are still together, and they managed to make it work, and they're amazing and so into each other still, and they love each other and like are obsessed with each other, and it works for them. But there are couples that don't work out and that did break up for college and that just wanted to experience their life on their own, I guess. And it truly depends on how you feel and how you think the situation would be, because it is hard. It is so hard. Like, yeah, you have FaceTime and everything, but not being able to see each other for months on end is really hard. I've heard. What do you do when your boyfriend is smothering you because he texts you 24/7 and you really like him, but he needs to take a step back? Why do I feel this on a personal level? Okay. I think you need to talk to him about it. You don't want to get yourself irritated and get more upset with him when he has no idea you're feeling like this. And that's unfair to him if you're feeling like, oh my god, step away, not telling him, you know, personally. So I think you need to talk to him. You need to share your feelings, be honest with him. You don't have to be like, whoa, you need to take a step back, you're smothering me. You could be like, hey, like, I just think we should take it slow. I feel like this is moving too fast. Like, can we slow it down a little bit? Space out like our hanging out. Really try to like beat around the bush a little bit, because you don't want to be mean about it, but talking to him about it is definitely the right thing to do. Have you ever been in love? I don't think so. I think I was a little bit more infatuated with the person, because there is a big difference between infatuation and love. Infatuation is like when you're so obsessed with them and you're like, oh my gosh, 110%, like you can't stop thinking about them and blah blah blah, and you tell all your friends about it, you can't stop talking about him, and you just love him and the idea of him and how he looks all the time. That's a little bit more infatuation. And then love is, on the other hand, where you truly, I don't know how to explain love really, because it's like, I don't know how to explain love, you guys. It's just not a little bit not, it's not like as, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. Infatuation is just different because you're just a little bit more obsessed with them. Okay, a lot of people have been asking in different ways, like how to talk to a boy. If only I knew. No, I'm kidding. I definitely was worse at this in high school, talking to a boy. It was a lot easier for me to talk over text and stuff like that, and like not have to see them in person, because I was so nervous and stuff like that, and like I was so quiet and like bless me. So I was a little bit more nervous and like was worried about not talking. Now, as I grew up, I realized that they're not that scary. Like, boys are literally not scary if you think that you're like way better than them. I know that sounds so weird and like so self-absorbed, but honestly, if you have the mindset like, oh, I'm so much better than you, I don't know if this is good advice or not, or I'm just out of my mind. If I'm so nervous, I'll be like, you don't deserve me, and then it'll be easier for me to talk to them. I'm not rude when I talk to them, and I'm very nice and like all this stuff. I don't act like I'm thinking. For some reason, it helps me. If you just want to talk to them, like if you have a class with them and you're nervous to talk to them, I always say compliment them, because everybody loves a compliment, no matter who you are. Even if you're the scariest person in the world, you love a compliment. Sometimes what I do is like, oh, I like your shoes, or like, oh my gosh, I like your jeans. You can compliment and they'll be like, oh my gosh, thank you. And then you could be like, you're welcome, let's talk about it. Where'd you get your shoes? Oh my gosh, I love that store. You know what also has good shoes? This place. And like, yeah, one time I went there, and like you build a conversation, it flows. And then they'll be like, hey, she's a cool girl. Hey, he's a cool guy. What to do if a boy is a total jerk, but your friend cannot get over him? LOL. That's what I dealt with. One guy was a total jerk to me, and my friend was like, okay, McKenzie, he is a jerk, blah, blah, blah. Like she would literally roast him to me, and I'd just be like, nope, you don't know anything, get out, like you don't know anything. I was in such denial. But I think the best thing to do if you're the friend of this relationship, what my friend did, she told me how she felt about him, told me the signs, she explained things, and then if I didn't want it, she just let it be, because she like, you don't want to be that nagging friend, or at least I didn't want a nagging friend, and I wanted to do my own thing, and like I wanted to figure it out for myself a little bit. Best thing you could do as a friend is just be there for your friend and be the shoulder to cry on, even though you hate this dude and you've told her many times. Just be there to comfort her if she cries over him. You be there, you listen to her, you just be a good friend, and she will realize it in the end, or at least I did. Best revenge on a boy who broke your heart. Look like you're having fun. Look like, even if you might be sad, the best thing to do is look like you're having a great time without him. You don't need to be a savage. You don't need to call him out on social media. You don't need to subtweet him, because that is childish a little bit. Post pictures with your friends. Post pictures of yourself like looking cute. How do you know for sure a guy only wants to have sex? So this is the last question I'm going to be answering today. This is a tricky one. I think a couple red flags are if they only talk to you in sexual manners and they don't try to get to know you. If they only like talk to you late at night, or like hiding you a little bit, they don't want to hang out with you unless it's like hooking up, things like that. Like I think those are like the biggest red flags. Yeah, if your guy is doing all that stuff, then he for sure only wants to be talking to you to hook up with him. If those are the signs that he's giving you, then cut him out, sis. That is it for my boy advice. I have a lot more DMs and tweets and stuff like that, but those are generally the biggest ones. If you guys want me to do a part 2, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already, make sure to hit the subscribe button, because I'd love to have you guys here. But yeah, make sure you guys are following all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Very, very active. So, and I answer a lot of DMs, tweets, blah, blah, blah. So I interact with you guys a lot. So yeah, go follow me. If you guys made it to the end of this video, make sure to leave a comment telling me your dream boy, because I'd like to hear that stuff, and I'll comment my dream boy too, so we can all be in this together. So yeah, make sure to leave me a comment down below, hit the subscribe button, follow me, do all that stuff, turn those notifications on, you know the drill. But I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye. Mwah.